Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Shirani. Today I'm going to show you how I make my Belizean stew pork. Here I have about 4.5 pounds of stew meat, and I already washed my meat. And what I mean by washing my meat is I put the meat in a basin, I squeeze the juice of one lime in it, and I added some water and wash it. And then I throw the water out, add some more in there and rinse it, and that's it. If you don't have lime, you can use vinegar. Either one will work. I like to leave the fat on there so when it finished cooked, the meat is not so dry. But I don't eat the fat, I just leave it on there when I'm cooking it. To my meat, I'm going to add 3.5 teaspoons of seasoned salt, 3.5 teaspoons of complete seasoning, and 1 teaspoon of black pepper. Mix that so the meat could get coated with the seasoning. As always, I'm going to have the exact measurements in the description box below for you. I'm going to set that aside and then I'm going to get my Recado ready. So this is my Recado I brought back from Belize, and the ones I'm going to leave link below for you, they don't say Recado on it, it says achiote, but it's the same thing. If you're not familiar with Recado, this is to give your meat that red color. It gives it a little bit of flavor but not too much, but mainly for color. I'm going to use about a tablespoon of Recado, and you don't want to use too much of this because it can overpower your meat and it can taste a little bit bitter, so you don't want to use too much. I went ahead and put some water in my dish, and I'm just going to let it sit here for a little bit to soften up. Okay, so to my pot set over medium-high heat, I'm going to add 1 tablespoon of coconut oil. And of course, you know I use my Belizean coconut oil because them coconut oil, they're just nicer. Give that a stir, and you're going to let this cook for about 20 minutes or so, or until all the water has cooked out. Because I washed my meat, it has more water in it, so it's going to take a little bit longer to cook. Another thing I wanted to mention is when you buy your meat, if you can get a pork shoulder roast and then just cut it up, that will be better because the meat has more fat in it, so then the meat is more soft when it cooks. But if you just buy stew meat, your meat is more dry, and I don't like that dry meat. At this point, my Recado is getting soft, so I'm going to take the back of my spoon and mash it. And you want to make sure you mash everything because you want this to be fully dissolved. Okay, it's been 20 minutes now, so I'm going to add my onion to that, and I'm adding 3/4 cup of onion. I'm adding 3 cloves of chopped garlic, 3/4 cup of chopped green bell pepper, and 2 tablespoons of Worcestershire sauce, or how we say it in Belize, Parent sauce. Give that a stir, and you're going to let that cook for 10 minutes. But just keep stirring it in between. I know some Belizeans put tomato in their stew meat, and sometimes I do that, sometimes I don't. It depends on how I feel, but the tomato will make it taste a little bit different. So if you want to experiment with it, you can make it with tomato and you can make it without tomato and see which one you like best. I also love it with cilantro. That makes it really good, but I couldn't find any cilantro at the store. They were sold out, so that was my sign I wasn't supposed to make it with cilantro. If you're interested in another version of stew pork, let me know below in the comments and I'll make a video for you. You just want to keep stirring it because you don't want it to stick, but you want your meat to get brown. I like when my meat look brown. As you can see, there's a lot of oil in there, and usually I would take that out, but for this I'm going to leave it in there because this will give your gravy flavor and it will make it thick, and you want that thick gravy. Okay, now I'm going to add 4 cups of water to the pot. I'm going to add my Recado to that. Give that a stir and cover your pot, and you're going to let this cook over medium heat for 30 minutes. 30 minutes is not enough time, but that's when I like to go in there and check it. I like to check it after 30 minutes because I want to see how soft my meat is and if I need any more water. So what I'll do is I'll just take a fork and check the meat and see how soft it is. As you can see, this is not soft, so I still want this to cook some more. So I'm going to add some more water to the pot, and I'm going to add 1 more cup of water to the pot, and I'm going to cover it and let it cook some more. I'm going to let this cook 20 more minutes and then I'll check on it. Okay, so here it is, 20 minutes later. I'm going to check it again with my fork to see if it's soft. Okay, that's definitely soft. That's what I was looking for. And that's the thing with stew meat. It's gonna take longer to cook. It's gonna take longer to get soft, so you'll just have to have some patience with it. Now, if you're interested in other Belizean recipes to go with this, like say if you want some rice and beans or potato salad or whatever Belizean recipe you want, I'm going to leave my playlist link below because I have a whole bunch of recipes. I have a lot of Belizean recipes and I know you're going to want them. I know I just made this recipe and I already ate a plate full, but my mouth watered it drop just to look on this thing. Oh my gosh, it just looks so nice. Nothing like some good home cooked Belizean food. I make a lot of different things and I love everything I make and I eat, but nothing like some Belizean food. I guess it's like nothing like the food you grew up eating, right? And no matter where you eat, but you always come back to the food you grew up to eat. And that nice thick gravy, that's how I like my gravy. And when I may eat this earlier, I just eat it with some white rice. That's exactly what I may want. Of course, if I may have some rice and beans and some fried plantain and other thing, it may be nicer. But I never have none of that. I may only have white rice and I may just eat it with that and it is so good. And of course with some pepper. Well, I hope you enjoyed this recipe. I hope you give it a try. And as always, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for subscribing. If you haven't yet subscribed, please don't forget to do that. And I'll talk to you in my next one. Take care. Bye.